I'm sorry if your view's absolutely garbage. You are resting on my bed here. Hey Google, volume down. I'm on this whole like summer skateboarder tip thing, so I'm like listening to lots of old Tony Hawk's Pro Skater type music. I'm on that thing. Anyway, look at this. This is what comes in here. We've got some sort of box which is, I haven't even opened it actually. I'm guessing it's going to be like just little parts, bits to put stuff together with. Yeah, so that thing, think it goes through the wheel. Got some reflectors, could probably throw them away. Go on. Yes. Nice. More reflectors. Some like, I don't know, what the fuck are they? Stickers? Okay. Congratulations on your new bike. Well, thank you very much. Took you long enough. Some like cruddy plastic pedals. I couldn't get the grey one. I wanted to get the grey one, but I just had to get the blue one. And I don't know, if the grey one comes in, maybe I'll buy that one too and just sell the blue one, but I need to get some new pedals for the blue, and I'm thinking hot pink, or like flamingo pink, and one of those like Miami summer vibes. Anyway, I digress. Let's get to the main feature, shall we? Move, 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 move. Take your reflecting ass over there. These tyres come with a... Well, first thing that struck me is they smell really good. The tyres are pumped up. They come with air in, and I don't have a bike pump, so I was concerned I was going to have to like make a run to Halford or something. I don't know where the best place is to buy stuff from actually. Maybe I'll do the wheel in a bit. I'm going to need to get the frame out first. I'm getting ahead of myself. FYI, I know squat about bikes. So this would be like very sort of what's the phrase? Seat of the pants. Very kind of uninformative, uneducated. Nothing technical here. So turn off if that's what you're into. I got nothing for you. It's a little bit of a shame that the wiring, or whatever it's called, the cables are all on the outside, just because, and it just looks old, doesn't it? Ooh, internal cable routing for a dropper post. Why don't you internalise the rest of it then? Make it all streamlined and shit. I won't complain. It was, well, I was about to say it's a cheap bike. It's not cheap in my opinion. What the fuck's that saying? Fuck off. Excuse me. Parental advisory. I've got a potty mouth. What's that there? It's like, what do you call it? You know, in Ace Ventura, in the second one, when those tribal people like stick his hair up like a devil. I look just like that guy. Help! I can't stop. Not got a problem with the grips, feel quite nice. This is going to be a really boring video, isn't it? I like watching people unpack things and talk a load of rubbish. I find it kind of sort of soothing or something. It just relaxes me getting a glimpse into just a normal person's life. I get that Sonder. You heard of Sonder? It's like the realization that it's like everyone that you pass in the street and all those people have lives just as intricate and complex and personal as your own. It's kind of, supposedly that's kind of a hard concept for people to comprehend. Don't know if it's a hard concept. Just not much you can really do with that knowledge or information, is there? I think I've got these back to front. Have I? Yeah, that's upside down, that. So that must go. I've probably given you a really shite view, aren't I? Should I try somewhere else? This is all on my phone, and this is a selfie cam, so. And it's an iPhone 7. I'm buying bicycles, I should buy a new phone. Stay. Whoa. Don't move. Stay. Here you are, look. Do you know what? I watch people's YouTube videos and I slag them off for like, God, who's this idiot? Has he just literally just like whipped his phone out and just like hit shoot on a whim for the first time in his life? It's exactly what I've just done. I annoy myself, as it turns out. What a hypocrite. I don't think I can turn this around, can I, at this stage, because I'm already recording on selfie cam. There you are. I'm quite pleased that I went for the 29-inch wheels just looking at this, because I thought 29 was going to look big. I mean, I was picturing like a penny farthing, you know? So I thought maybe I should have gone for 27.5, just for like the agility and wanting to hit some jumps, but I don't think this will be really too big of a problem. I mean, I'm about 6 foot, 6'1" maybe, so hopefully this will be about right. They call this midnight blue. I swear to God, that is jet black. I thought the pictures must just be shocking. That is black. Just with like really like shan sort of starry night effect through it. Whatever, it'll make me pink pedals look even better, you know. No fragile masculinity over here. I'm here to represent it. Oh, ow. Better get used to smacking myself off the pedals. I used to do that a lot when I was a kid. I bet you can't hear a word I'm saying because I've got the window open and I've got music playing. What a fool. Shall I shut it? That's better. Hey Google, volume down. Again. Hey Google, tell me a joke. Tell me a bike joke. Why? Libraries are strict because they have to go by the book, in case you didn't hear that. That was one of the worst ones she's done. I'm going to need an Allen key. Tell you what I should do. Oh, I was going to say I'll stop the video here and then show just the bit when I've put it together, because the next bit, just screwing things together, is going to be quite boring, and then I can actually show you it all put together. Erected. But I don't know how to join videos together. Not very technical. We'll see how it goes. So here it is put together. I'll start off with the things that kind of niggle me a little bit. One of them is that well, got some sort of marks on the seat. It's kind of ticking me off a little bit. Doesn't rub off, so it must just be a problem with the printing. But aside from that, the seat itself looks quite smart, and I noticed that this is nuke proof, so it's quite a high-end brand, I think, in the mountain bike world. So it's better than it just being, say, a Vitus part. And it's the same for the handlebars. I thought these felt a little bit nicer when I was putting them together than the rest of it. And I suppose that'll be the reason why. It's just because they're a bit more expensive as a part than the rest of it. As I say, speaking of niggles, if you look, well, I say look, you can't, this is the problem. There's a little bit of texture on the frame here that I thought was a problem. Like you can see it's like a little bit bumpy. What this is, it's just the embossing from where Nucleus is printed on here, but it just does not show up one iota when you've got this. Let's face it, it's black, it's not blue, is it? Midnight blue, my arse. It's jet black, and it's the same story with where it says Vitus on here. You can't see it at all, like it's just pretty much an unbranded bike, which for me is why I much favoured the grey one over this, just for the fact that it's, well, aside from it being more interesting colour than black, because I've seen that 1,000 times, it's just the little features and details on it kind of stand out a little bit more on that than they do on this, which is just a lot more pleasing to me. But because these come in so rarely, as soon as the 29 have popped up in either colour, I just had to pounce, you know, because I've been waiting quite a long time, and I could wait forever and still just never get my hands on a grey one. If one comes up though, I'd be quite tempted just to get it and just sell this one on, because it's just not my bag. This is the seat fully slammed, so I might want to chop the post down a little bit, because even though I'm about 6 foot tall, when I sit on this, I'm sort of like on the balls of my toes on the floor, so I'm quite high up. Then again, I might fit a dropper post at a later time if, I mean, it's got the internal routing, I believe, goes through here and comes out somewhere. Maybe that's for the guy in Halfords to figure out, or myself if I can just bother to start searching around. I don't really know a lot about bikes, like I say, so this is not really a very good review in terms of like the technicalities of it. People probably already know everything about the brakes and everything, they just want to kind of have a little look at one close up. But for those people like me who started looking at videos when this first came out, then I can say it does come with the 100mm fork, which is about par for the course on a 29er in this price range. The good thing about it, supposedly, is that rather than it be having just springs in there, or coils, whatever you want to call them, it's actually air pressured, so it's a hydraulic front suspension. So you can add or take air out through these pumping points, just to modulate it for your particular weight or riding style where you're going to be using it. You've got the lockout feature, which if you flip that all the way around to being locked, it just means that now it won't bounce. So if you're riding up hills or just riding around town, you don't need to be getting bounced up and down. Then that's going to supposedly help you a little bit. Can't imagine people really using that a whole lot unless you're doing a lot of riding uphill, like if you're in San Francisco or something. But for most people, like, that's just not really going to be too much of an irritation, I don't think. Other than that, you know, I'd say the wheels, I was picturing they were going to look really ridiculous, but they don't look too crazy to me. When I do sit on it, it feels like quite a big bike for me, even though I'm about 6'1". And isn't it funny how lads always say I'm about this? It makes it sound like there's a chance that they might be a bit shorter. I might be about 6 foot. But I think I was 6 foot about 10 years ago, so maybe I'm 6'1" now. In any case, yeah, you got a 1x8 gearing on here, which obviously I haven't tried out yet. So in terms of the sizing and how the bike feels in general and stuff, if like the quality of the ride feels quite good in contrast to the kind of shitty kind of quality of the branding on the fucking frame. If people want to leave comments and stuff on the video, then maybe by the time I've actually ridden it a little bit, I'll be able to tell you a bit more about it, because I might have actually ridden it by then. At the moment, as I say, this is really untechnical, I don't really know much about it, but if people just want to get a close-up look at one, then here you go. It's still quite light out, isn't it? It's going to be probably going to be light for quite a while yet, so maybe we'll go for a little cruise. There's a park down the bottom here, so obviously can't go too far because I haven't got a helmet at the minute. And they say you never forget how to ride a bike, but I beg to differ. I haven't ridden a bike in about 15 years, and well, actually that's a lie. I hadn't ridden a bike for about 15 years until the summer when I went and hired a bike in the lakes and went for a little trail ride, and I was absolutely crap. I'd lost more than a few steps when it comes to riding since I was a kid. But when I was a kid, I rode smaller bikes than this and like BMXs and stuff, so maybe that's just why, like, by memory, this feels like quite a large bike to me. But I'd like to kind of do a bit of cross-country, bit of trail riding, hit some jumps. It's the jumps that concern me a little bit on a bike of this size. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to flick it around maybe as much as I'd have liked to, but time will tell. If it turns out if it's really the wrong sizing, and maybe if, you know, a grey one comes up, let fate decide that, you know. Maybe I'll buy one in like a medium or a 27.5-inch wheel or something like that if I feel like that's going to benefit me more. Otherwise, I'll just put up with this for the time being, because I don't think it's a bad bike on the whole. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on, let you have a bit more look at the bike and this pigsty. Ciao for now. Oh, my music's gone off. Hey Google, play Spotify.
Playing some music on Spotify.
Yeah, you are. Oh, hey Google. Hey Google, turn that up. Okay, that was my bike dancing, by the way.